Today, a 30-year-old woman insists high-value men only choose attractive, educated women. Kevin Samuels breaks down what men actually want and why her thinking is completely backwards.
You,
Oh,
hello.
hello,
All right. What's your first name?
Megan.
Megan. You've been trying to get on. How old are you?
30.
Okay. What did I get wrong, Megan?
Sorry.
What did I get incorrect?
Oh, in terms of the topic, I just wanted to say that I wasn't disagreeing with you. Um, I was actually agreeing with what you were saying, and in terms of what she was saying, I'm actually African, and I there's like a huge amount of a percentage of dark skinned women in Africa. So I don't understand why she would think or say that dark skinned women didn't have an opportunity to date within a community.
Okay.
Because a lot of the dark skinned men have only dark skinned women to date.
Okay.
So that didn't really make any sense to me.
Okay. So you listened to the show and you were disagreeing with what she said.
Yes,
Okay. And you're 30 years old.
right.
What city are you in?
Chicago.
Chi-town. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. You Chi-town native?
Yes. Yeah, I was born in Chicago, but my parents are from Nigeria.
Okay. You know, I once upon I'm a Chicago Bears fan and Bulls fan, but too much stuff going on in Chicago right now. Are you married or are you still dating?
I'm still dating.
So what's dating like in Chicago for you?
Um, Sorry.
What's dating like in Chicago for you?
I would say the men are I mean they're decent. They have careers and stuff. A lot of the men though are a little bit on the snobbish side, so
What do you mean
that's
snobbish
why.
side?
There are a lot of men that are like, you know, really picky too, I would say. I don't know. I mean, I've talked to some men that are pretty decent, but most
Okay,
of the
so
men
when you
are
say
kind
men
of
on the,
picky.
so I don't. So what do you mean? I don't. I, I know you know what you're talking about, but I have no idea. Snobbish as far as they want a woman who went to an Ivy League school.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Did you go to college?
yes,
Okay. Did you graduate?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And what's your degree in?
I have a degree in nursing.
One of them nurses. so, so, the kind of man that you would like to have for, do you want to get married?
Yes.
So the kind of man you would like to be your husband, is he blue collar? Is he white collar?
Actually, I don't mind either.
Okay. So does he own his own business or does he work for someone?
Probably own his own
All
business.
right. Right there, you automatically limited yourself to 20 to 30% of men. Did you know?
Okay.
Why do you want him to own
Mm,
his own business?
because I just know, like, in terms of me working and working for somebody, I just would like, um, I just feel like working with for somebody was is a little bit more restraint than actually having your own business and being
Hold
your
on.
own employer.
Hold on. You're 30 and you're a nurse, right?
Yes.
Do you own your own business?
No.
Okay. So in this, I mean this and know. Do you know any people that own their own businesses?
Yes.
All right. Owning your own business is far more restrictive than working for somebody.
Okay.
It is. I work far harder than I ever did in corporate America. But owning your own business says what to you? Does it say you have more money? Does it say you have more freedom?
More freedom.
Okay, that's not true. That's not true. See, oftentimes women, you think A man that owns his own business is going to be able to go to the mall with you, or go to the kids' PTA meeting, or be able to do. That's not the case. When you own your
Mm-hmm.
own, when you own your own business, it is a 12 to 18 hour, 5 year eat shit proposition. So what
Mm.
I'm trying to get you ladies to understand is sometimes you romanticize things that you really have no idea. And understand something. You cut down 70 to 80% of men if you say you want somebody to own their own business. But let's just say you get somebody who owns their own business, right? You want to go out
Right.
on a date. Do you see what I do on this YouTube channel? 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, Monday through Friday, right?
Right.
I got a full business I run before this.
Okay.
And I
Yeah, that
have
makes sense.
clients I have to see. I get 5 hours of sleep at best a day, and that's not consecutive. So what I'm saying
Right.
is, instead of looking at his job, maybe you want to look at his character.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be a stay-at-home wife, or do you want to work?
Um, I want to be a stay-at-home wife.
All right, now you do realize that's gonna. And how many kids do you want to have?
Um, two or three.
That means three, because you can't have two or three. If you have two or three,
Right.
so it's three kids. So again, you've heard me ask these questions. How much money does a man need to make to have a wife that stays at home and have three children, and the wife never have to work? How much money does he need to be making to have a middle class or upper middle class life?
I would say within like 200 to
You're talking
300,000.
in Chicago, you're talking closer to 375.
Oh, okay.
What percentage of men in America make $300,000 or more?
Probably like 2%,
1%.
1%. Okay.
Again, so you see what happens when you start to squish that number. I want to own his own business. I want to be a stay-at-home wife. Okay. So I gotta ask. You're 30 years old. You work right now.
Right.
Why do you feel like you should not have to work for the rest of your life? When 72% of working mothers in this country with children under 18 work, why do you feel as though and I'm asking this question to black women in general. I don't know why so many of our sisters feel like you should not have to work.
Because I just feel like I'm a nurturer and I want to like, care for my kids. I don't want to have to
Okay.
work and, have my kids in daycare
Ma'am, do you realize
and
that
have,
do you realize that white women are nurturers too? Hispanic
yeah,
women, Asian women. Do you realize that women who used to have to pick cotton and plant tomatoes and do real hard work, I mean, nursing, it's taxing, but it's not hard like physical labor, right? It's
right.
not hard like our ancestors had, right?
No, no.
What I'm trying to help you understand is at 30, you should have been married 7 years ago. But it sounds like your standards are very high. You want a man that's making the 1% money. You don't want to have to work. And then the question is going to have to come back down to, okay, are you a 1% kind of woman? That means, do you look the part? Is your body the part? Is your attitude the part?
Okay.
Is it?
Well,
How tall are you?
yeah, yeah.
How tall are you?
Oh, tall, 5'7",
5'7". Oh, you're kind of tall. What size dress do you wear?
6.
Okay. All right. So what I'm trying to get here's what I'm trying to ultimately get you to understand is it sounds like you're a normal woman, a nurse. There are
Mm-hmm.
nurses from every race, right? You're not a brain,
Right.
so this is not an insult, but you're not a brain surgeon, a cardiologist, an oncologist. You're a nurse. Noble profession. But I don't know lots of non-black nurses that don't have to work for the rest of their lives.
Right.
Did you grow up with your father in the household?
Actually, no.
And this is where a lot of this stuff comes from. A fantasy. See, if mom and dad would have been married, mom could have been a different kind of mom. And that's not true. You're right there in the middle. And the reason I'm asking you this question is to help people in the chat room. So many of our sisters are like you, normal, average, everyday American citizens, but you overlook your normal, average, everyday black male counterpart.
Okay.
Has anyone ever told you that?
Yes. I mean, I would say that I was picky of like, my early 20s.
Okay.
Like when I started to get to like mid 20s, I kind of, took some time to myself. And then like now, like I just turned 30 like a week ago. So
Okay.
now it's like, oh, and now I really want to, get to the part of settling down and
Okay.
raising a family and
So let
stuff.
me ask. So I'm curious. You just turned 30, and now it's starting to, uh, um, it's kind of starting to sink in that time for part two of the life. But
Right.
why do you think so many black women wait till your age before the light comes on?
Um,
Because
I mean, like
let
from
me answer it this way. Because you went to college, and
right.
after college, you had to see. If you went to a predominantly white institution, you saw white girls getting engaged on college campus in their sophomore, in their junior and senior year. If you worked in corporate America, or if you worked in you didn't, if you worked in the work world, you saw people around your own age that are not black getting engaged and getting married at young ages.
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't see that with black women.
No.
Why are y'all waiting? Why did you wait so long? And you say you were picky. What were you waiting for?
I mean, I had just one long-term relationship, but
Mm-hmm.
after that, I think I was just more focused on just working on myself, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
And
if you could give advice to younger women, what would you tell them? And then I'm going to respond.
I would tell them to definitely, start looking for that husband at an early age, and not waste time to, when they're 30 and stuff. I would definitely tell them that.
Mm-hmm. And what I would tell them is stop trying to do everything individually. So many of our sisters try to go, I want to go to school first, then I want to go get my career, then I want to do this, and I want to do that. That's not how life works. That's like you got a plate of food and you're going to eat this, and then I'm going to eat that, and then I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to eat that. No, no, no. You eat all at the same time. That's what everybody else in the world does. But because the black community is so fractured and so many of us did not have a father in the house, we're just making it up. And we make up, we have been marketed to this Disney lifestyle that you got to go get this and you got to get that. And the reason a lot of your sisters wait is because I'm too young. I'm not ready. I need to have some time
Right.
on my own. I need to get my career. And that's all the stuff that makes life worth living. Now imagine 8 years ago, if you'd had that mindset, or 10 years ago, while you're graduating and getting your nursing, all your career, all the stuff you've experienced over the last 5 years, you could have had a husband with you and experienced that journey together.
Right.
Having somebody to come home to. Not at 30 start looking around and start to say, well, the guys out here are kind of snobbish and this and that. I mean, we got to make allowance for your relationship skills are very rusty, because even I didn't understand what you were talking about. That's how we got here. When I asked you what's dating like, and you're like,
Right.
So I'm going to do a broadcast later on this week talking about you're a nurse. You know that line that
Yes.
says, in case of emergency, contact. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How many black folks got to put their mama name right there instead of their spouse?
Right.
But here's the scary part. Here's the scary part. What happens when your parents die? Whose name you gonna put there?
Um,
That
Nobody.
there you go. You got to put, and that's wrong. We should have somebody there. But thank you for being honest. I appreciate it. And that picky thing, I'm glad you put it out there. It sounds crazy to hear somebody say, "Stop being so picky." But we gotta stop being so picky because we're just wasting time and wasting life. But life ain't over for sure. But you just gotta focus on what the kind of men you say you want, what they want. That's the question you gotta answer. The kind of men you say you
Mm-hmm.
want, you gotta know what they want and have it available, or they're not gonna pick you. They're gonna go right on to get what they want. Just kind of like you
Right.
did. Thank you though.
Thank you.
Send me an Italian dip beef sandwich from Chicago.
Okay, I will.
Bye,
Thank you so
sis.
much.
Bye bye.
Bye.
She was nice. Yeah, we're gonna do a show talking about in case of emergency. You know how I would say being married, even in my marriages, it was nice to have a wife's name to put there. Emergency contact. Come on, Black Wolf, Robert. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You got emergency contact, and that's your mama. Man, that ain't supposed to be that way, is it? Where are the women at? It's not supposed to be that way. I don't see any women's name in it. Ain't supposed to be that way. Hot lips. Jamaica, go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I am well. And your first name is?
Okay.
High value men want the same things men have always wanted: femininity, cooperation, peace, respect, alignment, but you're convinced the competition is educated women. While ignoring that you're 30, still single, still trying to negotiate your value based on accomplishments instead of relational qualities. But ask yourself one thing. If a degree made a woman a wife, universities would be full of husbands. They're not. Because men aren't selecting based on education, women are. High-value men choose women who bring peace, not pressure. Women who bring warmth, not debate. Women who support their mission instead of competing with it. Your mindset is the problem. You're measuring your value in a way men don't even use. And that's why those high-value men you're imagining are not choosing you. Not because you're not attractive. Not because you're not smart. But because you're prioritizing the wrong things and ignoring the ones that actually matter.